Time is now 6:07. I know that storm system pretty much out of here by now, but those roads this morning are going to be very, very wet.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of standing water on the roads this morning because we picked up a lot of rain in areas where we had that downpour for quite a while. Some spots potentially over 6 inches. I've got some values here over 12 inches in a few spots. I'm not sure how much I believe them, but if you got any rain, you got a rain gauge, hop on my Facebook page and let me know how much you saw so that we can get a good idea of what we saw across central Georgia. Here's a live look across downtown Macon right now. Temperature of 70 degrees. Okay, let's get straight to the radar. Here's what we've got going on. The back edge of the rain now moving out of Macon and away from the 75 corridor, halfway through Jones County now. But as you get down into southern Wilkinson County, that's where the bulk of the lightning is between Irwinton and Nicholsville. This is beginning to move towards Lawrence and Johnson counties here in the next little bit. Also looking at some heavier rain now in parts of Bleckley County. But take a look at this. This is the 3-hour rainfall totals. What's being estimated close to a foot of rain potentially there in Twiggs County, nearly a half of a foot in parts of Wilkinson County. So like I said, once the lightning dies down and it's safe to go outside and check your rain gauge, I'd appreciate it if you did that and let me know how much you saw, because I'm not sure how much I trust this. I think it's feasible. I'm just not sure how true it is across central Georgia this morning. So temperatures in the 70s, the 73 in Butler, 75 in Montezuma, 75 in Cochrane as well, looking at 71 to start the morning in Jasper County. We've been talking about this boundary for the past few days. It's been across the southeast. It's beginning to fall apart, but the moisture associated with it is staying locked into place. That means we're going to be dealing with some wet stuff as we head into the hours and days ahead. So here's how it stacks up on Future View. Notice Future View is not starting off with what we're seeing right now in parts of eastern Georgia, but as we head into the morning hours, that's when we'll pick up on its actual forecast. So here we go, 10 a.m. Look for a few scattered showers, potentially some heavy downpours at times, and that's going to carry us into the noon hour. Then once we get past the noon hour, potentially bubbling up a few storms across central Georgia. Those will hang around until 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Looks to start tomorrow morning off dry across central Georgia with some overcast skies. On into Thursday we go. We do the same thing, starting the showers during the morning hours, some storms during the afternoon, and then you guessed it for Friday, doing the same thing once again. That will carry us here into the weekend. Notice some disagreement on the models. The European continuing to be a little more wet than the GFS is for Saturday. Same thing for Sunday. Notice the GFS not putting as much rain across central Georgia as the European is. Then for the 4th of July, just look for a few scattered showers and storms across central Georgia. Don't go canceling any plans. It looks like this is going to be a splash and dash type of event in terms of the shower and storm activity for the 4th. So here's how the rain chances stack up. A 70% chance of rain today. That's down to 40% for tomorrow, 70% for both Friday and Saturday here in central Georgia. A quick check of the tropics this morning. Watching this area of disturbed weather off the Texas coast for potentially some tropical development. Also another area making its way across the Atlantic. But in the meantime, our attention is on this potential tropical cyclone 2. This is expected to become tropical storm Bonnie here in the next little bit, and then it's going to stay in the Caribbean Sea before eventually crossing over into the Pacific Ocean as a tropical storm. Like I said, next name on the list there is Bonnie. Okay, here is today's forecast, headed for a high temperature of about 87 degrees with that 70% chance of rain. The 7 day shapes up like this. We've got 80s on the board through the beginning of July, which officially starts on Friday, then back to the 90s for the weekend. Caitlin?